Good morning, and welcome to the Celebrate podcast. I'm Lisa McGarry, co-owner of Celebrate Primary Care.
I'm Della Tootin, the other owner of Celebrate Primary Care.
And today we have a lot of music playing with our friend here, Elio, at Fiesta Media. Thank you for producing for us. We are live every Tuesday at 11 a.m., and we talk to local business owners, and we love it. And today we're super happy to have with us Shane Irving from... What is it like?
Giggle and Wellness 360.
Yeah, Irving Publications. Giggle
okay.
Magazine, Wellness 360.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Shane, we love you. We've been, working with you for a number of years now. You and Nicole have an amazing business here in town, but you and I became friends through a networking group, BNI,
Yes.
maybe 6.5 years ago almost ago, and we've continued to do business, but we're excited to have you here, and we want to know about you guys and your history in Gainesville, and maybe before that, because you guys have been together in a team for a long time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Love being a part of BNI, and our relationship that we've built has been fantastic. Love having you guys in the magazine as well as advertisers. Nicole and I basically started Giggle Magazine 13 years ago.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I tell everybody that we started the magazine because we have 3 boys, and our oldest is 17, my middle one is 16, and my youngest is 13. So when we started the magazine 13 years ago, they were all babies.
They were little.
Yeah.
They were all babies, and you both are moms, and you know that there's no manual for raising kids. It's you leave the hospital
And you have to take care of it.
you figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Put one foot in front of the other.
Yep.
So, one day came home from work, and Nicole said, hey, why don't we start a magazine to help other parents be, better parents, and try to figure out how to execute and really be
A great resource. It is a great resource.
Yep.
Yeah, and really try to do, right by the community, and put content in the magazine that parents are going to want to.
That's useful and helpful.
That's useful and helpful.
That's awesome.
So we started 13 years ago. Had no idea what we were about to walk into. And when we released our first magazine, it was an overnight success. It was something the community was really, really, really looking for in terms of content. And we kind of haven't looked back since then.
That's awesome.
So you guys grew up together. You were babies down in South Florida, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
We both met in high school in our senior year. I was actually born and raised in Miami. And then between my senior year and my junior year of high school, I moved to Jupiter, and love the water, love that area, and found my love in that area.
That's awesome.
So in high school, not only was I able to surf, but I found my future wife.
That's
and once we finished high school, we both migrated up to Gainesville for college. Nicole
Gators.
came. Yeah. Nicole came up a year before I did, and then I followed right behind her, and the rest is history.
Awesome.
It's in the
is
pages
awesome.
of the magazine.
So you've been here, you guys have been in Gainesville 98, 99,
98, 99.
right? And you've been here since. And then you went to UF. Both of you went to UF.
Yes.
So even though you're from Miami, you're a Gator.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And Nicole actually teaches at UF in conjunction to everything else that she does with the magazine.
awesome.
and all the
Passing it on to the next generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're raising baby gators.
Yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. And our boys go to school together. They're at the
Yes.
same awesome, amazing school here in Gainesville.
Yep.
So we're grateful. And Lisa's daughter went there as well.
Yep.
So she's moved on, going on to UF.
Went at
That's cool.
UF. Go Gators.
Yes.
That was so
Another
exciting.
gator. It's
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Yeah, and we love the school.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So Giggle started first.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you kind of morphed and added on to Wellness 360. And that is just kind of born of the progression. You went from the babies to then dealing with the wellness. And you have a son that has type 1 diabetes.
Right. So basically the way the whole thing went is that, with Giggle Magazine, we're really, really looking at trying to target young families that are just starting off. Our content goes from conception to college, but as your children get older, maybe a little past 12 years old, you start to migrate as a parent away from Giggle Magazine. So we were in that stage with our oldest. We were getting to that age where that Giggle content wasn't really relevant to us, and we knew that Gainesville is a very health conscious community.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of grocery stores in the community that focus on wellness, and if they're all going to come in and compete with Publix, we thought, hey, this is a great market for a wellness product. So one thing that we always do is that we are really dedicated to the content. So we don't put a magazine together for any other reason than the content. And we know that gains readership. And when we gain readership, then advertisers benefit from that vehicle. So with that, we're focused very, very diligently on our content that we put in the magazine, in both magazines. Both magazines are backed by websites. We put up daily content on our websites. We have a ton of traffic that goes there. Then we also have a newsletter that goes out for each title twice a week, and that has huge amounts of
readership,
engagement, and people that subscribe to it. They'll go to our website, they'll subscribe to it. They'll go to our website and subscribe to get the magazine delivered to them at home. So
that's awesome.
Really, we're very comprehensive in what we put out, and our social media is very strong too.
I'm always impressed at the number of publications you put out. You always kind of mention those numbers. What does that look like?
Well, it looks like, we are, for Gainesville, we're the largest publisher and the most comprehensive publisher in Gainesville.
That's awesome.
So we produce a magazine every single month of the year between Giggle and Wellness. So we put out 12 magazines annually. And in conjunction with those 12 magazines, we circulate copies throughout town. Plus, we also are mailing 95% of our circulation goes directly into mailboxes.
I get mine.
That we're targeting,
Yeah.
we're targeting parents, but really we're focusing on moms with Giggle, and then health related. With wellness. And wellness is not just about, I think early on people were thinking it's just, about working out. We had a lot of, fitness kind of things, but, we talk about it's food, it's family, it's fun, it's fitness, it's financial. So it's really, that's the 360 part
That's
that
awesome.
we kind of wanted to bring together with wellness. It's also about, being, okay, mentally, and, all these different elements. And we span a wide audience in terms of age group, from college age, single professionals, family crowd, and then also seniors. So,
Yeah.
and it's real popular.
You
with
have
seniors.
great content in those that is very valuable and very useful. I think that it's a great opportunity too for businesses to show their businesses. I mean, we have
Advertise.
Yeah, we have felt like it's been a good thing for us to be a part of. That visibility is nice because we
Yes.
know how many people are watching you and watching what you guys do.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So,
good.
how do you reach out to potential people that you think would be a good fit? It's like an opportunity for them to be a part of your magazine, showcase themselves.
Well, we're always looking for businesses that want to market themselves. We believe very strongly in the marketing piece that, I always say 60% of the community really has no idea what a business is doing unless that business takes the opportunity to go out and put the messaging out there and not let some other opportunity dictate their messaging. So for instance, when you control your messaging, your marketing message, then you have the ability to say whatever you want about your business rather than let, other people kind of speak for you. So, we're looking for businesses that they want to invest in their business, and they want to invest in their business with marketing. I believe it's just like a personal investment,
Absolutely.
Marketing is that personal investment for a business.
Yeah.
So if people are interested, they reach out to you or Nicole, or how do they do that?
Nicole doesn't handle any of that. She
Okay.
tries to keep her hands off of it. She definitely focuses on the team, and I always say she handles what you see, and I handle everything on. My team handles the behind the scenes aspect. So advertising and some of the financial stuff and circulation, and then Nicole handles content and layout design. She oversees all that. We have a full team in our office. I think we've been in the current office for almost 10 years now.
You guys still in the same place in Jonesville?
Yeah, we're in the same
Okay,
place in
good.
Jonesville. We love it out there. It's great to be in Jonesville, and it's very close to everything. We have graphic designers on staff. We have editorial on staff, so we're not
Outsourcing
we're
it.
not outsourcing any of
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
And it gives us the control, and it gives us the ability to customize everything for both our content side and our wellness side, and our advertising side. And when we produce the magazine, every single issue that we produce, we're producing it with the intention of trying to go out and be able to win an award. So we submit for national awards, state awards, and some local awards. We used to do a lot of local stuff, but really we're looking at national and state. And usually we come home with a fair bit of bling.
That's awesome. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So at any given time, a business has fluctuation in the number of people that are actually involved. So how many people do you have on your team? And I know that's a little wiggle room with that, but
Right now we have 7 people that work on everything that we do, and I think that's it's a fantastic number. There's 3 of us in sales, and then we have 2 graphic designers. We have an editorial person. We have a couple of digital components as well, and then there's Nicole and myself.
cool.
Yeah,
So I think a lot
it's
of
a
time,
good tight family.
And I think that people, a lot of times they're like a little afraid to get talking with someone in sales because it's like, well, it's going to be too expensive. It's not affordable, but that's
Right.
not true.
No, it's not true. Actually, our cost is relatively. You're going to find that the cost that we have on our products is less than
Average.
and not only less than average, but in comparison to everything that we offer. So most people are used to seeing the printed magazine, but I always say that with us, we also have a digital magazine that's on our website. On our website, we have every single magazine available to flip through in a digital format since the first magazine
That's
we ever
awesome.
produced.
That is cool.
So it's really cool. It's great. It keeps content relevant, but it also keeps advertisers. Their ad never really dies with us. We solicit our digital flip book out through every newsletter that we put out. So it's definitely getting a lot of traction. And then we also promote it on all of our social channels as well. So when you're in the printed magazine, it's not just the printed magazine. You're not just in the mailboxes. You're not just that physical, tangible, but you're also on the digital side of things. So it's really a comprehensive thing. And when you just take in consideration how many magazines we print and you look at the cost per 1,000, it is literally the best opportunity in town.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Because a lot of times when you go and look at things digitally, online, it's like you go to start scrolling and it's like, oh, you got to pay.
Right.
And that's frustrating
No.
because they give you a teaser with an article and you're like, oh, there's a lot of that. So
Yeah.
it's nice that you can look at all your history.
And our take on that is we started the magazine because we wanted to give content back to the community. We wanted to give content back to the community or back to our readers. And when we're charging the readers, it frustrates you when you have to go to pay for that as a reader. Now those companies, they make revenue off that, and they have to be mindful of that. But at the end of the day, when you think of Giggle, you think of happy, you think of fun, you think of kids, you think of positivity, and that's exactly what, that's what we want our readers to think. When we know that when we gain readers, because we put so much effort into layout, design, and content and circulation, when we gain readers, our advertisers benefit immensely.
Sure.
And that synergy of, how everything works is what's been so great for us for such a long time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, what else I love about your company and what you and Nicole do is that you kind of stand for giving back in the community, and that's important to you, and you're involved in a lot of different organizations and, giving philanthropically
Definitely.
back into the community, which I think is important as leaders and business owners that we do that here.
Definitely. We have always had a mindset of women and children, and, going back to our roots, even before we had the magazine, focusing on organizations, local organizations that are really focused on, supporting those ideas are things that are important to us. And, we welcome any opportunity for us to be able to help organizations in town.
They actually
And we
agreed to
stuff
do our
outside.
basket for Beyond Bourbon, which is
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yes,
That's
thank
for the
you.
Ronald
That's right.
McDonald House
Yep.
for November 7th.
Yep.
Nicole and Shane agreed to do a basket for the raffle, which is
Appreciate that so
appreciated.
much.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love doing that kind of stuff. And outside of town as well, there's things like you had said, our oldest is type 1 diabetic. So, just getting involved in, those elements as well. We have a fantastic network of endocrinologists here in town, outside of UF, inside of UF. And, they've been very, very, very awesome to have to kind of navigate and work through that life-changing situation that, is just kind of flipped with a switch.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that we have gotten to do some of these golf tournaments together. So a lot of times, even though we're giving back, we're also having fun. And through COVID, we've been in a few golf tournaments together through this time, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, there's another one around the corner, I think, coming up.
Yep. I know. I saw it. Lisa doesn't love playing golf, so it's not her thing.
I can putt and maybe ride in the golf cart, but other than that,
It's fun, though. It gets you out.
oh
Gets
yeah,
you out
and there's beautiful courses.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And the weather's getting
And the weather's
nice. I
perfect.
know, I can't wait.
well, and if we get an opportunity to get on campus, right? That's the best golf course.
Oh,
it's
yeah, it's
so beautiful. I mean,
beautiful.
there are other beautiful golf courses here, but it's like that's kind of exclusive, and we don't
Right.
have the opportunity to get on as
It's a
readily.
little
as
hidden back
Yeah.
there. I was like, this is what?
I know.
It was so gorgeous.
So pretty.
Hopefully they won't
Sell it?
They've been
yes.
talking about that forever, though,
I know.
right? I hope
Fingers
not.
crossed.
It's so beautiful.
It's
I mean, if
It's
they're
still
selling
playable
it,
now.
Yes.
if
enjoy
they're
it
selling,
while
I'm
it's here.
buying there because it's like hidden beauty. It's so pretty.
It is rolling hills and gorgeous.
It is. It's very nice.
Were we together when that gator was growling on the back? I don't know what hole it is, but there was a gator that came out and he was just like up on the bank growling at the people as they were riding by and
I
golfing.
think-
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were definitely out there. There are gators everywhere.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
in Gainesville.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're about to wrap up. We always talk about like a health tip. What do I think that like appropriately dealing with your son, I think a lot of times there are signs that people, not to make people afraid, but there are signs sometimes that show up in kids, like with your son. How did he present with type 1 diabetes?
So a lot of people, even myself, are unfamiliar with the difference between type 1 and type 2. I think that's a big education thing on my part, is really to let people know. Most people, when I say, if they don't have diabetes knowledge, when I say my son has type 1, then they automatically think of symptoms that cause type 2 and how you get there. So type 1's autoimmune. That means that there was nothing that we could have done or he could have done to prevent it. It's just something that flips the switch in your body, and your body decides to shut down
And not produce insulin.
and not produce insulin. It happened, he's been type 1 now. He's 17. He's been type 1 for 3 years. He was going through puberty at that time. I think the stress of that body change in his makeup, created that stressor on his
Environment,
pancreas to stop. And type 1, the difference between type 1 and type 2, I'm sitting here explaining this to two health professionals.
It's good you're explaining it from your perspective to our listeners, so it's amazing.
But the difference between type 1 and type 2 is that type 2, your pancreas is producing insulin, just not enough. So
can't keep up with that sugar.
Can't keep up. Type 1,
There's
it's
none.
done.
Yeah.
It is not producing, so it is totally done. And you go from, the crazy thing is that you go from day 1 or the day before totally being fine to the next day having to take a shot every time you put something in your body.
It's a hard thing for a kid.
It's a hard thing for a kid. It's a hard thing for parents,
Yeah, so hard.
How did he present to you?
So my middle boy used to be a competitive gymnast. I say used to be.
As of 2 weeks ago.
Hopefully Nicole's not watching this right now because she's probably crying. But we were at a gymnastics meet in Tennessee, and on the way up there, we actually drove for that trip. On the way up there, he ended up having to go to the bathroom all the time, like pee. Hey, I need to stop. I need to pee a lot.
Okay.
And when we got up there, he was like lethargic. He didn't look right.
You probably thought he had like the flu or something.
I was like thinking something like that. Well, Nicole had written a story a couple of years ago about another type 1, a friend of ours who her son got type 1, and she knew all the symptoms.
Oh, okay.
And she was, she just thought, oh my gosh, is this type 1 diabetes? So he was set to have a doctor's appointment the next day after we came in, just like a regular checkup, and went in, and they were like, he had full-blown, ketosis and
ketoacidosis.
Yeah, and his sugars were in the 400s, and they're like, you need to go to UF right now.
Yeah.
Drop everything, do not pass go, do not collect 200, head straight there. And we were there for 8 hours. They sit you down and they say, this is what you got, and now this is what you have to do. Before you leave here, you have to figure out how to administer shots and how to count all these crazy things. I think the blessing of the whole situation is that we're a lot more conscious about what you put in your body.
Yeah.
A lot more conscious about grocery shopping, and a lot more conscious about just, I always said this was great for Tyler. It helped him with math because there's a lot of math involved.
For sure.
You have to figure out different things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that your experience helps you relate to other people, and also in the way that you utilize this to put out information in Wellness 360. It's important, and it's, even though it's a hard thing that your family's gone through, I think sometimes these things are useful in helping other people.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we bring to the magazine. We always want that kind of content in there to help other parents. We're definitely an open resource in terms of other type 1 parents. So, that there's kind of a network of parents that kind of get thrown into
Which
that.
I've connected a mom to Nicole in a situation, and she was just amazing. And, I can educate, but I don't have like the heart side, right? Because I haven't personally experienced it. So that was amazing for her to step in and be helpful. So
definitely.
I appreciate that.
And that's like the same way that the magazine started. It's like when you have a child for the first time, you need to have that support and information. So it's the same thing. We're just kind of continuing it on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's amazing.
So if people want to connect to you, I think Elio put your information up here to like contact. Sorry, and they can reach out to you and get more information about potentially advertising and just about the content in general. 'Cause you guys do amazing things. So we appreciate you being here
yes,
today
thank
with us.
you.
Well,
it
thank
was
you.
awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Thanks
was
for
great.
your friendship.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, guys.
There he is.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, his website was up, which was great. For joining us this week. We'll be back next week at 11, live on YouTube and Facebook, and you can also listen wherever your favorite podcasts are. And we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again, Shane.
Bye. Thank you.